behind. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. Well, I started trying low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. Officially licensed by Microsoft, RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional pedals can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. And an easy share button lets you save and share your best laps with a simple push. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more. enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Today's race, ladies and gentlemen, has been brought to you in part by our good friends and sponsors over for Pedal to Metal Racing League Xfinity Series. Again, big thank you to all of them that have brought it forth on to give some help, to give some support to the drivers and the fans and crews alike, and to the league itself. From all of us here at Pedal to Metal Racing League, they want to thank you for all your support and everything. And we now hope you enjoy the show here on PTM Racing TV. Well, hello going out there, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV live from Chicagoland Speedway. Today, it is time to see the FEG PC 80.net 80 here on PTM Racing TV. It's time to find ourselves another winner here on the show. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shriver joining you here tonight. It is time to get down to the racing, time to get down to the series here that's been quite the show and quite the thrill, to say the least. And with a track like this and all that comes with it, it certainly is going to be a bit of a handful for these drivers here to get some good runs, to get some good speed out here. But those that can figure it out will be the best and the brightest of them all, to say the least here, as we're about ready to show you the grading order here in just a moment. Currently going over last minute preps, drivers getting over last minute authorizations here. Of course, things going pretty smoothly here from this day. We had already our first race coming up earlier today. Now we're just kind of getting ready for the last race of the night. So without further ado, let's get down to business. Let's take a look at our grading order here to start the show on the road. On the pole, we're going to see right here, that'll be Rattlesnake Robert Kahn. The 21 is outside Dennis Warrens in the 90. Row number 2 is going to be Chantal Throttle Pilot on the 5. They're outside Jon Garrett, pilot of the 66. Row number 3 is going to be Brandon Pike in the 22 is outside William Mann Jr. in the 29. Row number 4, Thad Failer will be in the 42s. Outside will be Tyler Rex in that 52. Row number 5, Mike Rideout in the 76 outside Kevin Baker in the 87. Row number 6 sees William Mann. The 57 is outside Corey Reed in the 27. We'll then send it on down here to row number 7 here. That will be, of course, Tyler Orrick in the 8. And is outside, they'll be 84, Matthew Hofford. Final starter in this one, Jason Henry in the number 3. Field gets ready and Gil gets prepared to go to battle here. Gets ready to settle them on down. A lot of big blood and a lot of bad feuds coming down here on this track here. These drivers know what they're up against and they know what they're about to be presented against. If you wanted a track that to me is going to have the absolute all-out madness and great racing product you come to see and you come to expect from this guys and these drivers and gals too, I think you've turned into the right channel here, and this is definitely the right track if you ask me. Xfinity at Chicagoland to me go like hand in hand like bread and butter. This place can be an absolute paradigm shift and a paradigm race, to say the least here. Will we get some of that, and will we get to see all that? We're about to find out as they bring him up to the green flag starting zone. 80 laps to the distance, green's out, let's get to it. The Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn takes the early lead here. He'll have the early advantage. Dennis Warren's right behind him, looking to try to smolder his way around. Chantal Throttle Pilot already trying to play up to her old little tricks here. She's been known to make these Chicagoland Speedway races quite an interesting show. I've gone to war with her on this track here before, and she is not someone I would want to cross or try to think about taking out or trying to take on once in a while. This track will get the better of you, and it will get the most of you if you're not too careful here. Just getting a good glimpse of it right here from this onboard camera here from William Mann Jr. Just shows you already through these drivers in the tight, compact zone already for the first set of laps. 30 laps of the distance before the stage break here, and already now the Rattlesnake in trouble as the 5 Chantal Otto trying to make her season as strong as can be. She's already got a couple season championships to her name for the Super Late Models division. She would love to add to that moniker, to add to that resume. Firing it hard at the 32 of Brandon Pike out of the gate. And the butt kicker onboard camera here, the rear view side here, shows just what she's up to, what she's trying to do, which is keep the aggression level high and keep the drivers right behind her. Not worry about anything else, but just stay focused on the overall cornering and position. Thad Failer as well in the number 42. Got a little bit of love down there from his boy Spencer Teal. Spencer saying go Thad, Jon Garrett, and Rex tonight. A lot of love from down on those boys. Colin seems like out of the gate here, he might be kind of struggling a little bit to curve and concur. Maybe trying to stay a little bit more on the headways and trying to stay more on the focus of just letting the car do its own work right now. Not worry about the rest. Again, if there was going to be, again, this track, really the biggest thing you got to worry about is just tire wear. You're driving it too hard so often, too not, it will actually tear those tires up a bit and it will make things a little bit more difficult to really run with. But this in lies the beauty of Chicagoland. Again, it's kind of a bean-shaped style track. It's more like, it's not a full-on oval, it's more of a circle type track. And the reason being is because, well, the way they made it here in Joliet, Illinois, they wanted to have a track that was more built for not just NASCAR, but for IndyCar, and also really for all types of terrains and racing that can be brought to this place. I'd say they definitely got the job done and then some here. Sadly, unfortunately, though, we have not seen this track return to the NASCAR schedule in quite some time, which is a darn shame in its own right. A lot of folks definitely need to come see and experience this track and what it has to offer, to say the least here. The onboard camera here, Jon Garrett right now in his Fort Worth screen printing number 66 here. He's had a great showcase of himself and a showcase for his driving talents throughout this season on a variety of tracks. I think this is probably one of those tracks, though, that maybe not so suitable to his style as it is more suited to just basically kind of him going out here and having a little race or two for fun. This isn't going to be a track that's going to make a lot of drivers get too crazy, too wild. I think more or less it's going to make them more focused because they have to set a standard. They have to set themselves in a position and watch out for those slingshot passes, as the 9 of Dennis Warren shows you what I'm talking about right here. Watch that 90 here as he swings it right down on the bottom lane, crossing over just like you would at All Club earlier today. Right down on the end, Kevin Baker in the A7 trying to hold him off. The pure unalteration, pure momentum and stealing beauty that is this crown's clearance in this all track side here. 670 horsepower package in these Xfinity cars here. Very tight on the setup here. I tried it earlier today, and to me the biggest thing I felt was it is a very grippy little track. It rips, it shreds, and it gets you pretty good. You can get about a good 15-20 laps in on a full throttle pace really with barely lifting. But after a while, well, then it kind of turns into what I like to call the Iowa effect, which is you need to start braking a little sooner. You need to start kind of getting off the gas a little sooner in order to make sure the car doesn't go flying upwards to the top side. That's always been a problem here with these kind of tracks, these kind of races. Matthew Hauber here, a little bobble entering in turn number 3 here. Goes up top side into the wall protection. Trying to drive it back down, trying to get himself squared away here, working his way down on the ends and on the field. I got told earlier today some of these drivers are currently dealing with some sickness or illness or something out there, unfortunately, that's kind of giving them a bit of a bug. They said it's not COVID or anything like that, but they said it really feels like a flu more than anything. So all the drivers that are currently dealing and struggling to fight what off of their got today and the other couple days, my best wishes of luck to you. It's not easy, trust me there. Stay tuned on around right now. Currently Tyler Rex, number 52. Good to see him starting to lean towards that momentum, get towards that momentum run that I feel like he's been owed quite a few times. He's definitely a consistent driver for a variety of reasons. But I think the biggest thing that really he struggles with is just mentally lapsing himself to let the car do its own thing. Not trying to force the car, just let the car do its own thing. Kind of stay in his own little world and stay on his own playing field. I think that's been something he's been struggling with, and I think that's something he needs to kind of get better at over time and over the course of these races. And so far, I feel like he's doing a great job of that and then some right now. Speaking of doing a pretty good job, William Mann Jr. and Chantel Bottles trading paint, looking for the lead. Both drivers trading time zones, by the way, looking for the lead. Both laying down a flat 31.27, the fastest of the day. no one has gotten to that time just yet other than those two so far. And that's interesting to me because really Willie Mann Jr. has had great success on the flight tracks. And he's had great success on the 1.5 miles. So you take back to Kansas Speedway when he was pretty much going long run with the fuel run, which that could easily play out here on this surface and on this track side as well. I feel as though that maybe tonight this might be Willie Mann Jr.'s chance. If anything, Chicagoland's kind of his get. It's kind of his style. He likes to race. He likes these races where he kind of has to turn the car in more. He likes these kind of races where he has to watch his throttle a little bit, watch the fuel to save the car up a little bit here. I think he's really staying strong to it. I think he's staying on point, staying focused. Same for Brand Pike, man. I mean, say what you will about Pike, but even with that damage on that right front side there, on that right rear side he's got with the 22 Snap-on Tools machine, the GTRE simulator logo there, he's still got a decent little car that he can bring out time and time again, but it seems like there's always that one little mishap, that one little thing he messes up on, struggles to keep a grip of, and then everything else just kind of goes down in flames. Field now just about near their end of their peak here, ready for the stage break. But how about we start tuning these things up before we go to a commercial break? While Jon Garrett goes for the lead, how about we crank it up a little bit and put some pedals straight down into the metal. Sometimes you just gotta turn that volume up a little louder, crank it up a little bit, just see how good it sounds. These cars absolutely incredible to listen to and quite the spectacle to hear. Battle still raging on for the race lead here. Now the 21 of Robert Kahn starting to look like he's gonna bring this thing up a few notches, start to drive a little harder. He's looking to try to outpace and outmaneuver the 29 and the 5 here. Let me look at trying to pull the daily double. He couldn't quite get it there though. Willie Mann Jr. right now looks to me like he may be starting to fade a little bit, starting to drift a little higher in from the entry on down to the exit here. That's not a good sign though, because the thing is, if you don't thing with the Chicagoland, you got to keep that thing a little bit lower to the ground, kind of more into that tempo space there. You see that little chalked area there? That's got that burnt in section and all that. That's kind of where you want to aim it at. That's where you want to try to get the car to grip off of to gain the most travel and the most speed. His little run there may have cost him a little bit more than I think he feels like he should have. And he's got to be careful about that because, I mean, again, at the end of the day, timing, distance, and travel certainly make the biggest difference in the biggest runs here. And a big thank you as well again to Ford Entertainment Group PC.net for everything they brought to the table here this season. This race definitely goes in large part to them, and a big thank you to them for all that. So the FEGPC.net 80, be sure to check them out again. They are the folks that make the best kind of PCs for the right price. Be sure to check out their latest products and their latest line. Quite a selection going on right now, I've been told, so best get in now while you can with the iRacing world. Coming right around right now, Dennis Warren's the number 90 here, starting to Switchblade back into the top half. Starting to get a little bit of a runoff. You can see the draft line though. Once you lose that draft, pretty much everything just kind of goes full centered off, kind of off your pace, off your timing here. Again, with that 50% fuel, that obviously burns up a lot of time, burns up a lot of control of your car. And really then it just depends on your narrow toxicity if you can actually get the rear end and stay lined up with the turns to keep the front end lined up in position to keep momentum going, keep it stronger than ever. And it looks like Garrett's very well aware right now of how tough that fuel line is. Robert Kahn goes into pit road. Garrett's going to follow him. Chantel Pottle and William Mann Jr. staying out. They are trying to go a full distance here from 30 laps in. I don't know if they're going to have time to do it though. They've got to be careful about this, because if they do this long, they got to remember later on down the road that can bite them in the butt a little bit. They've got to stay focused. And it looks like Chantel will admit defeat. William Mann Jr. not so much. And I think for William Mann Jr. tonight, this is just a little redemption, because the last time we were here, it was back with the Fast and Fun Champion Power Equipment Cup Series. And that day, man, those drivers, they came out, they were full on, full send, pretty much all day long. And one guy that just kept sneaking his way back into position and sneaking his way back up into that top 5 bracket was easily the Man Beast. He was always there, keeping a close eye on that position, keeping a close eye on his runs. And to me, he was probably the guy, if there wasn't that late caution, might have had the actual win in the bag if he could have get a run with him. Of course, that day it would go to Craig Janzik here, pulling that one, all the stops, pulling out the victory there for him and his team. But I guarantee you, there's one driver that hasn't forgot it. It's definitely William Mann Jr. Tyler Rex here now moving up 7 spots here with Thad Failer right behind him. The 22 of Brandon Pike a lap down. He's trying to get around that 52, but Thad, kind of tripped up a little bit there. You see the car is not exactly picture perfect. Remember, they only got 3 tire sets they can switch out from. They got the one set here and then 3 more in the pit road. They've got to be a little bit weary of that, but they also only have 1 fast repair, which I really don't think they're going to have to worry too much about right now. They've been pretty solid and stable from the get-go here. Let's take a look at the pit strategy now, actually, while we got a chance. And you can see right here, Rex actually is one of the only guys that has not gone on pit road. Same for Failer, Oric, and Papa Beast, Man Sr. But now he'll finally come down pit road and call this one a donezo. Done deal for him, and William Mann Jr. really looks like he only took as much as he needed just to get back out there and run these laps for the stage break. That honestly, I mean, is brilliant strategy. That's actually genius. Think about it here. I mean, those points don't count here for the stage, but think about this for a second. When he has to go back into pit road, he could just refuel and get the car recentered off, get it ready to go again, and there you go. He'll have all the fuel he needs, and he'll be just right there and set to go. That's actually a real smart play. Real smart play by him. Time's starting to dissipate out a little bit though. Even Robert Kahn's starting to smell like it's starting to seem like he needs to get going here a little bit. Kahn, really the guy that pretty much has all but dominated the season so far. Absolutely blown away by his control, his consistency, and his maintaining of grips from start to finish. And so far, he's been doing the exact same thing here out of the gate. But will they be able to make that work long-term wise? Are they going to be able to keep that going? Remains to go unnoticed, unchecked here. It looks like a little battle going to go down here. Brandon Pike and the 22 and the 5. Chantel Pottle going to renew a little fight back here between these two. Pike was in a little earlier than the 5 was, so Chantel has the better set of tires, but she's not able to quite make that pass just yet, struggling to get around him. 1 more lap to go, and then it'll be stage break time for the drivers. Positions to me are going to matter getting into pit road. They're going to be extremely crucial to surviving the game plan, surviving the run that is going to be fuel. Tires-wise, I think as long as you just keep getting a good set and you don't have to go to a green-white checkered, which they get 3 attempts at, I think they'll be alright in the long run. That's going to be just boil down to positions in the rest of this race here. as they come across the finish line there. And William Mann Jr., Jon Garrett, and Robert Kahn will be the top 3 entering into pit road if they wish. The caution is out for the competition caution. A solid start for those in the top 5. Pottle, Pike, Kahn, Garrett, and Mann Jr. Mann Jr. looking to finally end a long-running curse, something that he's been desperate to end for so long. Will he be able to do it? Or will the rattlesnake come back to strike again? Find out when we return. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at GTR Racing Simulator. Welcome to the future, GTR Racing Simulator. It's not that we broke the mold, we just never used one. By DeeDub Button Boxes, quality button boxes made your way. DeeDub Button Boxes always got you covered. By the Butt Kicker Company, best in performance for feeling real tracks of the virtual world. The Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. By Gearhead Coffee. Whether you're wrenching on your vehicle at home, servicing your customers at your automotive repair facility or dealership, Gearhead Coffee provides a unique premium quality coffee that keeps your motor running. By Ooze Motorsports. Don't think we're cheating because you think you're fast. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net. Matching your want with your wallet. They'll always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. By Man's Maintenance. You want it done right, you call them Mario. By Berrytown Cleaners. When you got yourself in a mess, Berrytown Cleaners can help fix that right up. By Lightning Wraps. Most affordable designs made at leisure. Lightning Wraps always bring out the best designs in your library. By Jon T. Garrett Twitch channel, the channel for a good chat and enjoyable time around with Jon Garrett. By Southern Country Co., the trusted company to get your designs in your day-to-day life. And by Grid Finder, the best way to find a new league. Filter or search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. You need a broadcaster or live designer? You search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to PT Race TV, still live here at Joliet, Illinois here, and of course at Chicagoland Speedway. Pace car right now has turned off the lights, and the drivers are prepared to go back to the action, back to the thrills, back to see some serious race time and all that. We went through our competition caution here at lap number 30, which means now just approaching halfway. Out of the gate, it was a good start for William Mann Jr. as well as Chantal Pottle, Robert Kahn, and Jon Garrett, with Brandon Pike intervening a little late into that run. But now, time comes for the drivers that went into pit road at different times and different obstacles and areas to start to show their worth and show their skill. What they will consider to be pretty much a green flag run of the ages here. Timing going to be extremely crucial here for these drivers. They've got to stay focused on how much fuel they're consuming and how much tire wear they build up over the course with the rubber being laid down here under the night skies. Illinois, we're ready to get back racing. Here we go. Mike Rideout with a huge little get around there, getting some good speed out of the gate. He got some good speed, but can Tyler Orrick now hunt him back down? Rideout trying to represent his fellow countrymen of Canada very well here. Canada has had quite the showing here as of late on PT Race TV, looking to try to do the same again. Robert Kahn, though, already you can see just pure unalterated aggression. The rattlesnake is out to bite. He's looking to sink his fangs in there and stick the venom inside and just make sure everyone feels all that comes with his job. The Gearhead Coffee onboard camera here for the 84 Toyota Supra of Matthew Hoffer now is in full swing. Watching him just kind of moving it down onto the draft zone. And again, this is the biggest thing with this track here. This isn't a track where you can just kind of maneuver around like in a paper clip, or you would maneuver around in one of those 1.5 miles. Again, this oval-based configuration is more of a bean-shaped tile track on a very circular level that tests even the best of drivers here, as Hoffer gets a little bit too hard on the throttle, gets himself a little bit of trouble. 3 wide, Slowdale entering though into turn number 1 and 2. They hold it coming off and strongly coming down at turn 2. They clear it out. Great execution by the 90, the 29, and the 87 here. All 3 drivers in a heated stake, a hot foot left run. Right out though with the race lead. It's the first time we've seen him in the race lead all day long, and he's had a pretty solid little spot here out of the gate. But again, it's not a... Oh, whoa, hold on. Tyler Orrick here getting a little bit of a tap there coming down on turn number 1. Got a huge rough tap there. I'm not sure where that came from or who bit him there, but we'll take a look at the P2 Mr. Replay presented in part by Grid Finder today. Taking a look at it. It might have been the 5 of Shinto Bottle. The Orc might have came down at the wrong time, or the 5 got a huge run. Did not realize it was too late to back off. Taking a look at it here, entering in a turn. Oh, yeah, there was a big tap there by the 5 to the 8. Did not spin the 8. Great driving by the 8 of Orc to get that thing squared up and squared back down on the track. Unfortunately for him, though, that didn't do him any favors from the other driver standpoints. He's not going to get any luck. He's not going to get any luck or any help from any of the other drivers. No way, Bob. No, sorry, Bob there. No damage on the 5 here. Shinto Bottle. Only that little love tap there that came from her front bumper to the 8. Unfortunately, Tyler Orrick done a great job racing, but a good job saving. But unfortunately, as they always say, something always has to come back and bite you in the butt eventually. I did say at the top of the show, don't mess with her. I mean, she is one rad gal when it comes to trying to beat out here. She's in 5th right now. We'll see if she can catch up. She's got William Mann Jr. right in front, but here back onto the field here. We got a battle for the lead. Robert Kahn now in the full aggression mode. Mike Rideout try to hold back the power of Kahn. The Rattlesnake, though, will strike when he pleases and when he feels like it. He opens the door up now, moves the chains on in. He's got the race lead yet again. And despite battling a cold and really battling some symptoms that I don't think even he wants to feel right now, he's hanging in there. But so now is the Man Beast. Watch out for the 29th man's maintenance. The Camaros are on full patrol and full gear mode. Rideout was leading the charge. Now it's time for Man Beast and the throttle Shinto Bottle to come out of them. Top of the line drivers here, without a doubt, some top tier favorites. Many drivers know back from the PS4 days, the Xbox One days, or the NASCAR Heat days. Oh, look out down there though. Trouble for Kevin Baker, the A7. Big wreck, and Matthew Hofford and William Mann spun on down. We got a crash and we got a caution. And that's the first blink we've seen this entire day from any of these drivers. Hard to believe, but we're about to find out what transpired exactly here. Let's go to the P10 Instant Replay. Was that in part by Grid Finder? Here is the Instant Replay. And looks like Tyler Rex might have drove down a little bit. The A7 clipses the A7 Kevin Baker, and you can see Matthew Hoffer takes a huge hit there, unfortunately. That's a big shame there and a big wreck, unfortunately, for both drivers to be stuck into. Taking a look at it from another camera angle here. Looked like from this angle here, looked like he touched the apron. That's one no-no zone. I said you gotta get low. I didn't say you had to kind of go in that area. Definitely clipped the 87 though, unfortunately. And I think he's well aware of that right now, and that's a tough shame there for him. Kevin Baker will have an instant repair he can use up, so will the other drivers involved in that wreck here, quite a few in this case. Quite a long green flag run there up to lap 41 there. Pretty solid stuff here from the driver's point of view, and pretty solid stuff here from everyone else out on the track here. So Robert Kahn going to be the last one in pit road here. Looks like he wants a very, very late entry there. William Mann, same there. Looks like he wants to try to stretch out the fuel as well as Kahn's going for. Brandon Pike will be our new leader here. William Mann Jr. and all of them will be moving up in the chains. And here's the thing now, pace car lights are turned off, so now it's going to be a bit of a head scratch here for Kahn and William Mann. If they're going to be able to get out in time, Kevin Baker going to get up ahead here of Tyler Rex here. Rex has been served the EOL. He will have to go to the end of the line. Unfortunately, race against this year will happen, but the thing is, they will set those rules. You've got to make sure you maintain the car and control of the car. Top 5 right now, Pike, Mann Jr., Warrens, Pottle, Rideout. And I guarantee you Mike Rideout's probably a little bit more happy to see that he can now give himself a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a time to kind of stretch and focus on what he did a minute ago. I take it back, Garrett actually is in the 5th, 6th would be Rideout, so he's actually on the outside line. Here they come now though, down on turn number 4 here. Field looking to come on by and come on down and see if they can match the price and see if the price is right for them. Off of turn 4 down to the green flag restart zone. We're back underway. And things can certainly get crazy in a minute here. Things will get pulled up a little faster. Adrenaline starts to pump. The blood starts to flow a little more. All you can think about is just maintaining distance, maintaining ground, and hoping for the best. With that fuel run now being a very dead set area, I guarantee a lot of drivers are very, very cautious and very, very specified on how they're going to be using their teams and how they're going to be using their pit crews down there. There are no teams on the driver's side wise and the track wise, but pit crew wise, they do have, of course, their tire. They have the tire guys as well as their spotters down there, which are on the virtual iRacing end actually. No team racing here though. It's all single people, single drivers. They go out there and they race only with their families and friends in mind. That's it. It's one thing to have support, and it's one thing to really be able to drive it out there, but man, these guys and gals, they just do not quit. It's a big community really here with this team and this crew, especially when 15 drivers constantly showing up. It's absolutely amazing to me to see when we first started PT Race TV, and then when we saw what Pedal to the Metal Racing League brought to it, and when they asked us to come call these things, we were a bit skeptical and a little nervous because things just did not seem like to get on the right foot. Boy, how wrong we were. Everything has just now played out and it feels just right. Speaking of just right now, looks like the 22 of Pike may not be feeling all right because the 5 and the 29 are looking to hammer down here. Ho, 3 wide saluting going into turn number 3. Mann Jr. on the extreme outside line, tags the wall though, can't get out of there. And the 5 of Chantel Bottle makes a 22 pay for that one. Goes the crossover down to the bottom, swings it low, and takes the lead. Whoa, well, that's some racing right there. That Failure was watching every single minute of that. The Flying Dutchman himself was literally in very close proximity and keeping a close eye and target on his next run. Pike is on the verge of losing so much more than just momentum. He knows he's struggling. The draft now starting to fall towards Baylor's side, trying to get their back on with the 5 Chantel Bottle. And Robert Kahn, by the way, well, he literally just marched his way through the field. He's moving the outhouse up to the White House right now. He's going to come in hard, going to come in far here, running off turn number 1. Nice job there. Gets a good pass on the 76 of Mike Rideout. You can just see, man, these guys just completely hitting their mark, hitting that corner. They can get so much speed, they can get so much runoff. Because, again, the way the track is just set up, the way it's made, it's just almost perfectly race balanced. It's kind of that fast-paced, go-getter kind of nature. That's the kind of racing I'd like to see, and this is the kind of racing that really, I feel like we don't get enough of. Seriously, why did NASCAR literally lose Chicagoland Speedway of all things? We should have kept this track. This is one of the only tracks we should have kept. I'm not a huge fan of mile and a half. I've made that abundantly clear, but I do like this track. And I've watched some of the races back in here. It's actually really good, and I'll say that right now. Corey Reed in the reconstruction, number 27 right now. Good to see him finally back on the show again. Fought a little bit of some demons out there, of course, with the situations going on for him, and really what seems like everyone's dealing with today and tonight as well. But he's been able to get this thing back out on the track, and he said, man, I just love feeling the grip, feeling the wheel, and making sure I can put my foot full down into the pedal. And I'd say the rest is history after that. Certainly has a case, and well, looky here. Kevin Baker now all of a sudden, I don't think he's wanting to wait around much longer. Look at him starting to mount the charge. You saw Man Jr.'s move earlier on into that wall, completely nullified him, ruined any kind of run he had. Things starting to slow more towards the pace in the field position that a lot of these drivers like to go for, and they like to hit up. Tyler Orrick in the 8 after that little cleanup job he got on his rear end after that little tag he took earlier. Seems to have finally kind of fixed things up and kind of patched it up with his car and his drivers. Ultimately, though, you see how far he is back. It's about a 3-second gap to lead away from literally the throttle shutoff model. But again, a lot of these drivers right now, they're battling hard for positions, they're battling hard for runs, but even then, like I said, that fuel and that tire strategy is what's going to hurt a lot of these guys. That's what's going to get a lot of the guys also kind of in a bit of a rough edge. It's going to be a double-edged sword here. Do you run harder just to get more momentum, or do you try to conserve? Just stay in the draft and just don't try to over-muscle it. It's so hard to do, and it's so hard to really choose because there's only 2 ways to choose it, and one way is not right versus the other. Well, apparently at that, Phil, apparently he thinks the Flying Dutchman needs to make a move or two. And here comes a big move of doom coming right off turn 2. He couldn't get it to grip, though, and the 66 Jon Garrett looking to make up A for it as he goes right there with it. Kondo right for the daily double. Oh, daily double engaged again. He went in a lap later than everybody. He got fuel and got tires just a little bit later. And I think that's probably what's helping him out a little bit. But how bad is he burning him up doing this? How bad is he tearing that car up, just trying to get it right back into the race lead, especially now that he has to try to find a way around this 66 of Jon Garrett. Good grief, what an absolute fight and a half here. Now Garrett goes down low. Here comes a slide job, possibly. No. The 5 blocks. She will not allow the crossover to happen just yet. They'll come to the line pretty much dead even here. Half a tire pretty much separate those two out. If we went to the line, it would have been the 5s for sure. The Lightning Wraps, number 5, currently trying to take down the Fort Worth Printing Company, number 66, as well as that Freightliner PT Race TV 21 of Robert Kahn. It's Chevys versus a Toyota right now. And the only Toyota really left out here is Kahn. He's doing everything he can to try to hang in with these guys. Field right behind all of them here as well, doing what they can, trying to stay in place, stay in balance with one another. Tyler Rex still is kind of reeling from his little penalty he had to suffer through earlier on. Now having to go around with this one and trying to deal with the added pressure and strengthening. But look at him just make that nice crossover coming off turn 2. A daily double for the 52. Rex, man, I'm telling you, this guy just does not give an inch. It looks like he's starting to get tired of waiting around. Looks like now he is now putting the full throttle attempt into work. You may know what I call it. It's called a full throttle assault. And he's doing more than just giving a full throttle assault. He's giving everybody the full throttle treatment. He got Pike, he got Warrens, he got Mann Jr. Heck, he even got Tyler Orrick earlier. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, speaking of crazy talk, looks like that extra lap of tire and fuel now maybe coming into play for Khan. Chantel Bottle knows she's going to have to go into pit road eventually. So does the Rattlesnake Rubber Khan. But when they go in, will they have enough time to build some speed up and build a draft back up? Remember, if you can get into a draft, you get some help here. This place will work with you there. It's kind of a Daytona Talladega style draft train sanctuary. If you can hit it just right and you can hit your marks just in at the right times, they'll do it. And honestly, I'm still not really sure how the heck these two drivers just completely nullify each other and continue to just drive the reins off these things. Khan seems to have developed a little bit of an advantage over the 5. You see him starting to grip it a little harder. Maybe the wheel's starting to tighten up. Maybe he's tightened the seatbelts up a little more. It's hard to say, but right now I know one thing. He's got the lead again. But again, win that draft. If you can find a way to line it up and just get a nice little sanctuary of speed, kind of get the airflow to kind of travel around your car and kind of balance it out. It really doesn't matter how far away you get here at Chicagoland. You could literally be scratched up and ate up as soon as you did that. And you can see right here too, Khan's very well aware of that. You see Pottle, Baylor, the Flying Dutchman himself, and Jon Garrett literally watching on, looking for a move, looking for a run, anything to help them out. Chase Henry, hold on a minute, what's going on down with the number 3 here? It's on the back straightaway, problems down there for him. Looks like he might have over-accelerated coming off pit road. Let's take a look at the PTM instant replay here and see what exactly happened here. Looks like it really just developed after pit road. He saw him spin the tires getting out. Might have not got enough air into him or get some heat. Henry is with a season win though. He does have a season victory. He had a race win last season. Got it right here on PT Racing TV. Cannot remember off the top of my head which track, but here's a little bit of a sign of just how difficult things are for him right now. I also don't know how he didn't take the cone out when he slid out, but hey, at least he remembers the CLM movement. And the 3, the Blackstone Camaro, unfortunately, all the way traversed back to the Shadow Realm. Back to the live feed right now, currently back in play. Fuel line now starting to go in. Khan, Failer, and them going to pit road. Pottle stays out. Chantel Bottle is going to stay out on the track. And Tyler Rex and Kevin Baker are literally the 2 drivers that collected each other earlier in that little caution. They're going to try and see if maybe they can build some speed up and gain the ground up. I don't think they're going to have enough time, though. With the way those guys earlier on were, like Khan and them, how fast they were. I don't know if that's going to be enough for them to really stay in play and stay in the charge. The 5, I'm really not sure what she's up to or what she's going to try to do. I think what she's trying to do is try to make a really, really long run here. But again, problem is with Khan kind of just doing whatever he pleases and however he feels. That makes things a whole lot more difficult. Looks like she's going to pit. Yes, she is. She's going to brake hard. She's got to brake hard here. She does. She'll make it through pit road. Okay, okay. But Tyler Rex will take the race lead away. If I was at 5 right now, my first thought is do not take any more than I have to. Just get in and get out. Forget about the green-white checker. You can literally use that later. Because this track will allow you to get away with it. Just get in there and get the fuel you need and get maybe 2 sets of tires on the right sides and get out. Don't even worry about anybody else. William Mann Jr., Kevin Baker, and Tyler Rex, your top 3, all on the lead lap still. And William Mann Jr. is going to finally post it in. Kevin Baker does too. And Tyler Rex right now, well, looks like he's trying to block the 21 of Khan a little bit. Forcing him to kind of slow down just enough to kind of stay away from passing him so quickly here. Didn't quite work out in his strategy or in his favor, and now he's going to back down as Todd Failure makes his way around. Corey Reed going to do much the same. Rex knows he's got to go into pit road. He's got no choice. He'll enter into pit road. Man Jr. and Baker are already there, and Kahn, Failure, and Reed strategies now pulling into fruition. Jon Garrett, Shentop, Otto, they're all starting to close the gap, though. Garrett trying to get Reed and trying to work with him. I think if they can get the 5, though, they may be able to do more than just work together. I think we could see a huge train bus burrowing away and coming up through the field. 11 laps remain. It's really anybody's guess right now who's going to take this one in and who's going to take this one into play. The field has now been set equal. That Failure, man, give the credit where credit's due to this bud. This guy, my friends. There's a reason why we nicknamed him the Flying Dutchman. He is just absolutely hitting the marks and not giving an inch for his troubles. The Dutchman takes no offense, takes no grace. He just wants to run his race. And I think if I'm Robert Kahn right now, my first thought is, when is he going to make the move? When is he going to try to pass me on by? And that's when I'm be kind of a little worried right now. That's when I'm be kind of a little bit superstitious about what to do next. The dead focus in the eyes here. Shentop Otto right now is just trying to get every ounce of that speed back she had earlier to catch Garrett and then get to Failure and Kahn. Problem is, that's a long, long distance here if you're talking Chicagoland speeds. With only about 10 laps to go, really, this has been just a great, overall, this has been a tremendous race from the start. There was never in doubt in my mind this wasn't going to be a good race. Chicagoland Speed, like I said, I broadcasted here for almost 2 years straight now. I've always said it before, and I'll say it again. This series and this track just go hand in hand, and this track in general really just goes hand in hand with most cars that can reach these speeds and reach kind of the altitude and the runs they can get. We've seen it before in real life. We've seen it on iRacing, and to me, it just does not never get enough love. It's so much fun to watch. John's last minute run, last ditch efforts here. It looks like they may be coming into the full completion, into fruition. They'll have about 7 laps to go when they come around here this next time on by. You can see Thaler is losing a lot of time entering into those turns. Although, is he just backing off to set Kahn up? Is he just sizing him up? Is he fattening him up for the kill? That I'm not for sure. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's kind of hard to really tell sometimes, because sometimes these drivers, they'll make you think one way when really they're doing another. There is one little battle, though, that is kind of close to what we're seeing right now. That's Tyler Orrick here and Matthew Hofford, the 84 and the 8 out of here. Hofford was starting to get closed out by Orrick here for a minute, but Hofford now starting to build the momentum back towards his favor. Starting charging pretty quickly here. Hold on a minute. What's going on down here? We got a wreck on the back straightaway. We've got a wreck. Caution is out. Caution, caution, caution. Oh, no. Oh, no. And just like that, things and business just picked up. What happened here? What has happened? Well, we knew there would be hard racing. I didn't think it'd be this kind of racing, though. Let's take a look at it. Layman Jr. gets into the wall, and to be honest with you, I'm not really sure if Rex was trying to avoid him or if he just miscalculated, but I'm not really sure on that one. You guys be a judge on that call, because that one's not my call for sure. This one's a bit of a weird one. Van Jr. gets into the wall protection. He tries to save it. Rex looked like he was trying to avoid him. And watch this. Watch the swerve. He thinks he's going up top, but he goes back to the bottom. And that's where Man Jr. is. You can see it really wasn't intentional. Both drivers getting resetted there, but I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. I'll leave you guys to decide that call. Some wild stuff here, folks. When we come back, we're going to finish this race out. One way or another, it'll be a green-white checkered, but who's going to get the checkers?
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. Well, I started trying over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Welcome back, race fans, and what a fight we're about to behold here. This has literally been a matter of consistency and control, but now things have shaked up. A last-minute caution from William Mann Jr. in the 52 of Tyler Rex, getting everyone all lopsided and really flipped on the track here. Things are about to pick up because the drivers that are catching them with that failure, Jon Garrett and Chantal Bottle, they have found new life. They've got a chance. But is there enough in the tank for the fuel as much as there is on the tires? That remains to be seen. Off of corner number 4, though, we're about to find out and put them to the ultimate of tests here. To the green flag, we wave them. 2 laps remain. Khan knows one thing, just book it. Get out of here. Don't even worry about it. Get out of Joliet, get out of Chicago, get to New Hampshire, go somewhere else, anywhere but here in his mind. They'll send it down into turn number 3. Going down turn number 4. This next go around here, we'll see white flags flying on by. Drivers trying to keep their heads in stack here, but they're not going to keep their minds intact here. White flag is out, but they're going to wreck right behind him. Matthew Hoffer and Jason Henry, Kevin Baker and William Mann have all wrecked out on the front straightaway. They'll race to the finish. The white is out. There are no more cautions. They've got to go to the line. But which one's it going to be? Can Khan get there? Garrett's going to try to make one last move. Can he find the run? Oh, he drifted up badly there off of corner number 3 and 4. And off of corner number 4, Khan will take this one home. And a huge wreck ensuing right behind the leaders. Well, that's last minute shenanigans for you, that's for certain, but holy smokes. What on earth happened to the line? Well, all we do know is one thing is for sure, Con refuses to quit. And he refuses to give in. That much is known. The Rattlesnake takes another trip to victory lane. Con is your FEGPC.net 80 race winner in surprising fashion. Pulls off a tremendous victory and a big W for him and his team. He needed every bit of this and then some to get this one home. And he knew that, then some. We'll take a look at our race results then, and we'll go ahead and get down there and talk with the top three. Con will not be talking to us today. He's told us he is not feeling the best. He is under the weather, so we'll leave him be. But here is your finishers out of the 15. Robert Kahn, Jon Garrett, Thad Failer, Chantel Pottle, Willie Mann Jr., Dennis Warrens, Tyler Orrick, Tyler Rex, Mike Rideout, Jason Henry. Top 10 in this one. Unreal, and there's going to be a lot to say. I feel as though when we get to talking with these drivers, we'll talk with the field in just a brief moment. When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wraps. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wraps. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wraps, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now here on the show, here we are with our top three finishers here with Thad Failer now joining me in here in the third place spot. Thad, congratulations, Mr. Dutchman, as you've come away yet again with another flying set of colors and a flying set of brass rings to your name. Top three, man, you just keep on coming at him with it.
Yeah, I needed that. Last week was kind of rough. Not my favorite thing to do for road racing, but I needed to come back, and I don't know. I don't have an answer for Robert right now, but I thought there at the very end I had a good run on coming off of that last set of laps, and just didn't work out, and had to give ground to John and finish third. But I gave it a go, and I'm happy with it.
You certainly gave it a go, gave it a bit of a run there, and I mean, I know you had a lot on your plate and a lot on your mind, obviously, but nevertheless here, I mean, everything seemed to just kind of work out in those final laps there to kind of keep into the top three, and with the season kind of getting closer to the end, how do you feel going into these next couple of races here?
Oh, yeah, I feel pretty strong, pretty good about that. I like the tracks coming up. I got my one out of the way, the road course, so I think we can try to put up a good fight here and hold our ground, and just have to come up with an answer for Robert and keep him at bay. And so I think what's this win number 5 for him? So
somewhere around there if it hasn't already been crucified, but nevertheless, that's still a solid third place finish and a good points get for you here today. So let me ask you this, sir. Who do you want to thank you for that today?
Well, thank you for the broadcast. Thank the league for putting on this racing series. It's been a lot of fun. Like the tracks, like the decisions there. The strategy calls with that competition caution just kind of throws a wrench into any type of good strategy. And other than that, my wife, like always, for letting me do this.
For sure there. Without that, nevertheless, congratulations on a third place finish. Thank you for coming on board, and, well, we certainly hope to see you next week, sir.
All right, will do. Thanks.
That fair, ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Dutchman coming away third. Our last guy to talk with tonight, Jon Garrett, pulls it into second place yet again. And, John, man, congratulations on that. And talk about really just laying down all the race, all the wood you could just to get up there at Con, and unfortunately turn 3 and 4, the car drifts up a little bit. Didn't look like it could grip that hard, did it?
Yeah, he's just kind of a master of saving tires and maximizing what he's got. So to come in second, I hadn't been here in 2 or 3 races, so it's nice to get back in the groove, and finishing second to him or Thad is a good finish here in this league.
For sure there. I know coming down to the wire here, obviously, you've had a lot of close finishes, a lot of great races here, and some good battles with these guys. But, I mean, when you're looking at it from multiple angles here, really, what kind of tracks like these, are these the kind of tracks you say you kind of thrive on more as the tracks that are more left-hand turn courses and really hitting up the spots here?
Yeah, I like the 1.5 miles, and I especially like when we go on green flag runs because I'm pretty decent at saving tires myself. Like that first run we had before the first stage or only stage, I was gaining 3/4 tenths on everybody before we had to make a splash for fuel. So I was thinking I had a pretty good chance there, and I think I got second or third in that stage. So it was a good points day for us.
It certainly was indeed. And at the end of the day, man, it's been a wild, wild race season. And, man, it seems like you just kind of keep coming up to that one spot, just one step ahead, but still one step down below some. But at the end of the day, man, you're still pushing in, putting forward. Who do you want to thank here tonight for the second place finish?
Yeah, I want to thank my Twitch stream, Jon Garrett, of course, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Athens Screen Printing, Head Candy, and all my supporters that are helping me try to maybe fund this ARCA ride in April at Talladega. I don't know, 35% there. So anybody wants to get on board on that, give me a contact and we'll get you on that car.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Jon, we really do appreciate coming on board. Congratulations, sir, on another well-deserved second place finish and a podium finish on the show.
All right, appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Garrett in the number 66, your second place finisher here at Chicagoland, and the FVGPC.net 80 at Chicagoland Speedway is now complete. But ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you again to GTR Racing Simulator, DeeDub Button Boxes, The Butt Kicker Company, Gearhead Coffee, Ooze Motorsports, FEGPC.net of course, Man's Maintenance, Berrytown Cleaners, as well as Lighting Wraps, Jon T. Garrett Twitch channel, Southern Country Co., and Grid Finder for everything you guys have done and then some. To you fans out there, keep tuning in these shows. You are the absolute best. We love you guys from the bottom of our hearts. I sincerely hope you guys continue to stick around with us and come on by to watch these shows. I will see you guys again tomorrow night. 2 big headliners coming up. Stay tuned for the info. Stay tuned for the race. And we've got a top 4 championship run coming from the Green Mountain Grills camp. But until then, be good to yourselves and take care. I will see you tomorrow night.